Hi everyone, I'm Elise and welcome to the Circus Artist Playbook. Today I want to talk to you about a few things that are really important for you to consider if you want to pursue a career as a professional circus artist. I want you to really think about how much you actually really want to pursue this as a career and not just as a hobby. Do you have a burning passion for circus arts? Do you think about it all the time? Do you absolutely love training? Do you go in and train even when you're sore, even when you're tired, even when you don't really feel like it on a particular day? Can you imagine yourself doing anything else, or is this something that you're really obsessed with? Because the reason the reason I want you to ask yourself these questions is because a lot of people don't realize the amount of work, persistence, and rejection that you have to endure as a professional circus artist. You need to show up consistently, regularly, for years, even if the payoff's not immediate. You need to be ready to step on stage in front of thousands of people, even when you feel awful. You need to be able to put yourself out there and face the high possibility of rejection as you're growing as an artist, in auditions, even online castings or in-person auditions. Either way, it can be quite confronting and it can really start to chip away at your confidence as a person as well as an artist. So it's important to just really think about how much you want it. If this is something that you just love so much that you're willing to put up with all of these things, then I definitely recommend pursuing a career as a professional circus artist, because not only are you then fulfilling your destiny, your dream, you can help make other people happy. You can help change the lives of other aspiring artists or even children watching you in the audience. You change their life when they watch you on stage. So don't forget that when you're going into this as a career. It's very easy to get so swept up in your own personal, was I good enough, or I want this job or I want that. But don't forget that you're actually inspiring other people. When you're on stage, you're inspiring children, you're inspiring adults, you're taking them on a journey with you. You're making them forget their problems and you're giving them a renewed sense of hope and inspiration. When you remember these things, it brings you an extra element of joy, because it's not just about you, it's about the impact that your skills, your art, and your passion is having on other people. You can also use circus as a way to even portray a message to make the world a better place. Even putting on fundraisers, shows that have a cause or draw attention to a cause that can then help other people, even charities and things like that. So there's a lot of power that you can have when you do pursue this as a career, because you can really use this as an opportunity to effect positive change on the world, to make the world a better place. So not only do you get to enjoy being on stage, entertaining others, but you can also make a real difference in the world. You can really inspire other people. You can draw attention to charities and other causes and really take a stance on what you believe in. So these are really, really positive things to think about when you're either starting your career as a professional circus artist or whether you're currently in your journey, already performing, already on stage. So remembering these things will also remind you during the difficult times why you started, what makes you want to do this as a career rather than just as a hobby. What makes you want to perform full-time in front of other people? What makes you want to put yourself out there, even if other people don't love it? even if you make a mistake, even if you're risking potential injury or worse, because there are danger risks involved always, what makes you want to risk everything and put yourself out there to entertain other people? Think about these things, because that will also really help remind you why you're doing this and push you through the difficult times, because there will be difficult times. So you need to remember that that's just part of the journey and you will get through it. You will find your way again within this industry and in the world in general. So once you've established that you really love circus as a career, or you want to definitely commit to this as a career, I want you to also make sure you're doing all of the necessary things to help make that happen. Are you looking after yourself? Are you getting enough sleep? Do you eat properly? Are you going out partying all the time? Are you recovering properly? Are you warming up? Are you doing the conditioning and the boring injury prevention programs and stability work and cross-training to help you have a long career as an acrobat and as a circus artist? These are all really important things to consider in your journey, no matter what stage of the journey you're in. It's very easy to get so caught up in looking for work or trying to learn a new skill, or even just hanging out with the right people, having fun during the process, that it's easy, choking there, it's easy to forget to actually treat your body like that of an athlete. As a circus artist, you're not just an entertainer. You're not just an artist. You're not just an acrobat. You're all of those things, but you're also an athlete. You are training hours every day. There were days that I would train 8 hours a day in circus school. And when you're doing shows, if you're doing 2 shows a day, that's already 6 hours just on stage. If you're in most of the acts or cues, then you have your rehearsals and trainings. It's another hour or 2, so that's already 5 hours. Then you do your own training for another hour or 2. That could be 6 or 7 hours. So are you looking after your body as an athlete? Are you treating your body the way it needs to be treated so that you can have a long and successful career as a circus artist? You are an athlete as well as an artist. There is so much load that goes on all of the joints in the body when you're performing high impact acrobatics, especially when you're repeating the same moves over and over, the same drops on the same leg, the same drops on the same leg, the same skills using one side of the body or one body part more than another. So how are you protecting your body? How are you protecting your joints? Are you cross-training? Are you doing the TheraBand work, the stability work? Are you warming up properly? Are you cooling down? Are you looking after yourself? Are you sleeping properly and eating properly? These are things that a lot of professional circus artists forget to do because they've just been doing it so long, or they just think of it as a job. And it is a job at the end of the day, but in order for it to be a sustainable job and one that you can do for a long time, you need to do all of the work that an athlete does. An athlete takes rest breaks. An athlete has seasons where they're deloading. An athlete makes sure that they're feeding themselves properly. An athlete makes sure that they're getting enough sleep, that they're not out partying too often or at all in a lot of cases. An athlete makes sure that they are managing their overall stress on their central nervous system. An athlete does recovery, takes a lot of time actually and spends that time on different recovery techniques. For example, ice baths, hot baths, plunge pools, massage, physio, stretching, cross-training, taking the proper vitamins, supplements, making sure they're eating enough calories for the amount of energy they're using. A lot of circus artists are actually so focused on making sure they look skinny or lose weight that they're not even eating properly or eating enough of the calories that they need to sustain that many hours of training and performing. Then it not only becomes a high risk of injury, it also becomes dangerous, especially if you're performing at height with no harness or safety net. You need to look after yourself. You need to make sure you're sleeping properly and eating properly as just the basics. That's just the starting point. Then there's all the other things that you also have to make sure that you're doing to make sure that this is a sustainable career and that you're safe, and then you can also focus on the art and the performance. You can't focus on really bringing your best performance if you're dying because you're so exhausted. Or because maybe you're overtraining to the point that you don't even have enough energy to really give it your best on stage. Or you're so focused on your training that you're not making sure you're eating enough during your training session. Don't get me wrong, I've definitely made these mistakes. You know, you do it for so many years that it's easy to just have a night where you're not getting enough sleep, or you're eating rubbish, junk food, and then you're full and you don't end up eating enough protein, you don't end up eating enough vegetables, or just life gets busy, or you're on tour. It's very difficult on tour, actually, and I struggled with this when I was on tour for 6 or 7 months in Germany, and we were traveling every day, and we didn't have access to, a portable fridge. And so we were on the road, and it was hours at a time, so you couldn't transport any meat or things like that. And the stops that we made, often in rural Germany, were like fast food stops. And so a lot of the time I ended up eating just fried food, McDonald's even, and, junk from the 7-Eleven, or their version of the 7-Eleven. It's so important to think of these things. And then halfway through, I really started to feel a difference. And I was like, okay, I need to look after myself. And then I started actually carrying around bags of raw vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, nuts, anything. I couldn't get protein there, like protein powder or anything, not where I was. And I didn't think to order it online because we were moving around so frequently. But I did buy nuts, vegetables, things like that. And it still wasn't enough, but at least I had some things to snack on throughout the day that had some sustenance. Because it is easy just to get sort of swept up in everything and forget. But I want you to really start thinking about these things, because you will notice a difference if you're starting to eat better, you're sleeping more, you're trying to reduce your stress. You will feel better, and you'll be able to focus more on your training, on your performing, and your body will be able to recover better. So you won't feel as sore and broken the next day. You'll feel better the next day. So think about these things as well, and try to make some little changes, even vitamins as well, multivitamins, supplements, protein powder, creatine. There's a lot that you can take that is just going to help you recover in general. All the natural things, obviously, the things that are good for you, and that will help you with your recovery and help you progress as an athlete as well as an artist. So I want you to think about these things when you're in the process of leveling up as a circus artist. And I also want you to remember that you're not just an athlete, you're also an artist. So in that journey, don't just get too caught up on the skills, on the number of high-level skills you can learn. Remember that you need to have art in what you're creating. What you create needs to be entertaining. What you create needs to take the audience on a journey with you. It needs to make them feel something. Are you really thinking about the choreography and the way that you execute all of your skills? Or are you just consistently skill building only, and you will always need to skill build, but are you just skill building to the point that you just want to learn a new trick every day, new skill, because you do get an endorphin hit from that. It's exciting. I learned something new. I got this trick, new trick unlocked, and obviously you do need to do that as well. But if you want to be performing and hired to perform professionally, you need to create art that people want to buy and put on in their show. You need to be entertaining. You need to be really thinking about the way that you connect the skills, the transitions. Are they unique transitions? Are you thinking about the way that you're moving within those transitions? Have you got your unique signature style as an artist, or are you just copying somebody else? You need to think about all of these elements as well, because that will really help elevate you as an artist as well as an athlete. So thinking about how to be the best version of your artistic self and how to be the best version of yourself as an athlete will take you to the next level. That will help you be successful. If you want to be successful in this industry, you need to think about all the moving parts. And it's not even just those. There are so many more elements. You need to really think about everything as an artist. As a circus artist that wants to perform professionally. And if you also want to come and work with me, I have a very exciting retreat, an aerial retreat in Costa Rica from the 3rd of May till the 10th of May. And that'll be amazing, really focused on creative act development, transitions, unique transitions, the way that you're performing, the way that you're moving in your act. And we'll just have so much fun in the tropical rainforest. I've never been, so I'm very excited to do that. So that's always an option. And I do also have a very unique online aerial professional development course where I work one-on-one with artists to help them achieve their dreams as a circus artist. So again, there's lots that I can offer you. There's lots that other coaches can also offer you. And I do recommend that you think about working with someone, whether it's me or another coach, to really help you level up, to keep growing as an artist. I am always about growing as an artist and as a person in general. I love studying. I love learning new things. And obviously within circus too, I'm always trying to learn new skills, things that, even new disciplines that I wasn't working on before, because you feel a sense of achievement as you learn, as you grow. And it does also obviously benefit your career too. So think about these things as well. And I want you to also think about the difference that you can make in the world. I want you to think about how many people you can help in this journey. It's very easy to get a little bit too focused on your own journey. You forget about helping others that are also struggling or might be going through a very difficult personal time as well as a difficult time in their career. So be there for your friends, be there for other people as well. Try and make a difference. And the more successful you become as a circus artist, the more it is your responsibility to then go out of your way to help others. I really believe that the more that you go out of your way to help other people, the more that you can actually make a difference in the world, the more that you'll actually feel a real deep sense of satisfaction and a real sense of purpose and joy in what you're doing, in what you're creating, and also what you're teaching and what you're giving to other people. Or even charities and things that you're drawing attention to. You will feel incredible when you know that you're doing your part to make a difference in the world. I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's true. If you're only focused on yourself, it's a lonely journey. It's hard. There's rejection all along the way. You'll email hundreds of different companies and no one will reply. You know, that can happen. But if you have a sense of community, if you're working with other people, if you're helping other people, whether they're other circus artists or just other people in other industries or wherever they are, or both, you will feel better. You will feel like a really good person that's making a difference in the world. And your career will actually start to skyrocket as well, because you're giving, and it is very good energy that you'll have around you as well. So think about these things. I know we went very deep there, but it's important to really think about all of these little elements in your journey. The journey of life and the journey of circus. It's all very it's full on, but that's what it is. It's your life and it's your journey, and it's also other people's journey and other people's lives. So you really want to be a part of that, spread the love, and do your best in that journey. And I hope that was helpful. Feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions or if you need advice about anything. I'm always happy to help. And I'll speak to you very soon. Bye.